What is up, guys? So today we're gonna take the pressure washer, the sunjoe here, and we're gonna wash the 370 once again. And I got something a little bit different. So today we're actually gonna use a smaller pressure washer gun with the foam attachment on it, and we're no longer gonna have to use the one down here, so we're not gonna have to screw everything together and all that jazz. So the gun that I purchased, as you could see on my previous video, I kind of mentioned it already had this connector here, and it basically came together for, I believe it was like 35 bucks or something like that. I'll link this at the description below on the kit that I bought. And then we will be changing it up and using this quick disconnect here. Okay, so before you get started, make sure that you're in a place where, you know, the temperature is not overwhelming. So it's really hot outside. It's 105 degrees. If you start doing your, car wash, the soap's going to end up sticking to the paint, and it's going to leave water spots and soap scum and all that stuff. So what you want to end up doing is, so if you decide to go the quick disconnect route, if you want to see how I wash the car, check my other video, it'll be in the description below. But what you want to do is buy the two quick disconnect females, the ones that are spring loaded like that, and then the male. So that would be in the description below if you're interested. And it doesn't matter if you put this on this end, and then put two of these on this end on the coil. It doesn't matter, depending on your gun as well. So make sure you put it in the order that you need it for your gun. But it doesn't matter. So what you end up doing is, of course, hooking everything up like normal, connecting your modified quick disconnect to your sunjoe or your pressure washer, your electric one, because like I said, the internals on this end are a lot bigger than your gas one, so you gotta buy the modified one. And then you take your pressure washer wand with the male in, and you plug it in like that, and then you're ready to go. If for some reason you're using this one, you're gonna have to buy a female end for this, where it slips over, and then it has the little the male end like this sticking out. So it'll be a female that would slip over that, and it'll have the male end sticking out like that to make this one work. All this stuff I'll link in the description below if you're interested, like I said. So your tools you need will be in there. So in regards to the quick disconnect here, there's a little O-ring there's like a little nipple that sticks up for the internals, and it has an O-ring on it. So on the hose itself, what goes into here is this little nipple that's sort of like this, but it has an O-ring around it, and it pushes into there. Well, to keep that from breaking down over time, I'm gonna make sure that these are fully greased with marine grease, and stay good, and also allow it to pivot a lot easier, especially over time. As water passes through, it'll repel that water and not seize any of your fittings up. Okay, so just a quick rundown of some of the other things that you could add on to your sunjoe pressure washer. We'll start with the quick disconnect for your water hose. So this has 3 ball bearings. You get them in a pack of, like, I believe 5 come with the male end and 2 female ends for like 12 bucks or whatever. So this you put on the sunjoe, of course, and then this you put on your water hose fitting. And you can put these on multiple things, such as you could put them anywhere on your water hose sprayers, and different attachments that you put on your water hose to spray the flowers or whatever you have. And once this one goes onto your water hose, all you do is use it just like the pressure washer. You just clip it on and everything stays together, and you could unclip it really fast without having to keep threading the hose onto your any of your devices that you use in the yard, or even your pressure washer itself. So this is a good thing to have. Like I said, they come in a pack of five or more of the male ends, and then the female ends you usually get like 2 for $10. So I'll put that in the link on the description below if you're interested in that. Then of course I got this Lube Tube with PTFE. It's multi-purpose lubricant. It's clear, and what I've been using this for is it's for boat, or not boat, but for like pool and marine O-rings, so that way the water doesn't like rinse off your lubrication on O-rings. So I got this so that way I could coat the O-rings on some of my fittings, and also the quick disconnect fittings. They have this ring around them, so you pop off that ring and you could lubricate the ball bearings internally, and it'll allow it to spring back and forth a lot easier, and keep those ball bearings lubed. So that's for the pool O-rings, like I said, and it's good to keep everything nice and lubricated. Then I bought this. It's Teflon tape, but it's blue stuff, and this is good for like gas and different gas lines to seal it. So I figured it's supposed to be a lot heavier duty than the standard white stuff, so I went and got this as well. I think this was like $10 or something like that. But what I wanted to tell you about is this portion of the pressure washer. As of now, you got to keep screwing on the hose if you want to use the long wand versus the short one. Yeah, you could buy this. This is 3/8 adapter to a 15 millimeter, or this one's 15 millimeter here, but this right here, this connector is actually a 14 millimeter, and it's a 22 millimeter thread. This is for a gas pressure washer, and the issue I'm having with this is this free spins here, so it's not completely solid or welded or molded to this fitting here. And the issue with that is when you screw it in, this still stays loose because it doesn't make a seal with this insert, the internal insert on here, because that O-ring has to seal up against here to keep the water from coming out the side. You can get away with one that has a solid ring where it doesn't have this inside, and the 3/8 adapter is directly onto your thread. So it'd be something like this with the 3/8 adapter sticking out like that, and this won't exist here. So you wouldn't have this piece, it would just be all thread, and this would be directly molded onto there. But those are hard to come by. The one that I did find, this was only a 1/4 inch instead of a 3/8 inch, so that would not work. So what I ended up doing was buying this fitting here. So this is a 15 millimeter, a 22 millimeter thread, the 15 millimeter insert to fit the 15 millimeter hole here, and then it reduces it down to a 14 millimeter internal with the 22 millimeter thread, so that way the gas pressure washer fitting could fit into here, and then this one here will fit into your sunjoe, allowing you to utilize this with the quick disconnect as well. These are hard to find as well, so everything for the electric pressure washer is kind of hard to come by in terms of quick disconnects. But we'll assemble this and see what it looks like. So the direction you want to go with this Teflon tape stuff is you want to put it in this orientation, and then you want to wrap it around like this, pull it tight, and wrap it in this direction. You don't want to go more than 3 turns on this because it's kind of thick. So the end of this was facing this way, and the reason for that is when you thread it on, this is the direction that you screw your fitting on. If you were to go the other way and the end of the Teflon that you cut off is facing this way, when you go and tighten it, it's going to unravel it. So always go in the direction you tighten. And then all you do is you need to use a vice grip or something to hold in here, or adjustable wrench or whatever wrench you have, and then you can tighten it with the water pumps to get a really tight fit on it. So
great spirits, delicious food, friendly atmosphere. The Limelight has opened its beautiful renovated patio. Welcomes you
like
to
that.
Celebrate. Limelight has been one of the best fine dining experiences in Fresno.
And it's tight. So as you can see, I could grab it and wiggle it back and forth, and it does not move. So that'll keep everything from leaking. So that's how you turn your existing one into a quick disconnect. So we currently have pressure in the line and no leaks so far. So as you can see, we turned it on, no leaks. Everything's good. So you can see it's on. The swivel's complete, 360 degrees. But first you want to spray down your vehicle before you use the soap, just to clean it off. And if you get this adapter here, or this gun, you know, you got the quick disconnect for the sunjoe, and you can add the different tips on it, like you would normally on the larger one. So as you can see, by pulling it out, we could fully pull it out and be able to unravel it. So we were able to unravel the gun without it getting kinked because this pivots smoothly in your hand. So you didn't have to sit there and go like this with the gun to unkink it. It just pivots on its own. So that's a plus. Previous video, when I was using this and the foam gun at the end, it was quite cumbersome. You know, you got all this going on out there, and you have to be so far away from the vehicle. With this one, you could get up close and personal and maneuver around the vehicle a lot easier with the shorter one than this long one. So as you can see, there's a big difference. This is good if you're like spraying off your sidewalk or something where you don't need to get as close. At least this one you could get under the fender wells nicely instead of being out here and trying to get underneath them, and then potentially scratching your paint because you got this big old wand sticking out. So let's continue the wash. So that's going to complete today's video with quick disconnects. It's just a brief overview to see if anybody was interested in some of these. And that's going to complete today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to check these out, check in the description below. Everything's always updated down there for the latest updates. And until next time, see you in the next one.